clip from Stephen A, I was like, damn, I know what the immediate response from the black community is gonna be to him saying this.
Coon?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying it sarcastically,
Of
but
course.
but
I don't know of a coon.
reading the comments is like people will take from that oh, you're saying racism doesn't exist, you're chucking and jiving, you're being political, you're being diplomatic.
Even though the first thing he said was racism does exist.
Charlamagne, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? DJ Envy, are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Can the people hear my voice? Cause I'm at the Breakfast Club and I'm addressing all the lies.
Whoa,
Going for president?
I thought we were gonna agree today.
I thought you were a real black man.
I am a real black man.
I'm gonna go against Stephen A. then, so I can win.
Well, you.
I don't want to be on Jamel Hill's
maybe
bad side.
Maybe I should have had
No.
a better poker face.
Stay over
Stay
there.
neutral.
Stay over there,
Stay
bro.
mysterious.
I gotta be likable at some point, bro. So I don't think black
So
men
so
should
now
be
so
president.
now you're saying to the listeners that you feeling cap.
I don't lie to you guys.
Okay, all right, man. So Stephen A. Smith sat down with CBS,
Boom.
right? Talked about a bunch of things actually. You know, his mother, his journey, coming from Hollis, Queens, becoming a fucking the juggernaut of a sports journalist that he is. In that interview, he was asked about
You
political.
from Hollis, Queens?
Yeah.
You don't know that it's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens.
Come on, mama's cooking chicken and collard.
Come on, man. I didn't know my boy was from the Mecca.
Don't ever question my hip hop validity. So anyway, he talked about his upbringing, his journey, and the interview asked him about his political aspirations, whether he would run for president. He said, I'm considering it. He then said, if I don't run, there are some notable people that I would support. One of those people would be Josh Shapiro, what's my man, Gavin Newsom, and Wes Moore.
Okay, I'm not really familiar with Wes Moore. I'm not a fan of Gavin.
Baltimore, Maryland. Wes Moore.
That's probably why I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, black guy.
Rep.
What he said about Wes Moore was that, hey, with him, I'm not sure if America's ready for another black president. The Obama effect could affect him. Next question. Interviewer says,
Oh, this is.
how would you handle race if you were to run for president? He says, by being who I am. Next question was
Are you affected by racism?
basically like, I don't know the exact question. I had it written down.
Let's
but
see.
Yeah.
Worry about racism if you ran for president?
I know it exists. I know that you can't escape it, but I do not believe it is as prevalent as some on the left would like us to believe. I do believe a vast majority of Americans judge you on the content of your individual character rather than the color of your skin. I think a lot of people in America, especially in this day and age, now more so than ever before, it's not about race. It's about the fact that they don't give a damn about it because they got their own problems. That's entirely different than believing they are superior to you and they want to hold you back from ascending. That's not what's going on to the degree that it was decades ago. What's going on now is that we have more white Americans and others suffering and worried about the state of our nation. And because they're concerned about that, that's where their worries lie.
Yo, gang, I want to take us back to that clip that I showed us at the beginning of this Black History segment. All right? Shout out to Rep. Jesse Jackson. R.I.P.
Shout out Jesse Jackson.
Them young dudes, does it look like they finna oppress some black people at some point? You really believe that they have the wherewithal to know how to oppress another group of people?
The people in that video, no.
No. And that is the future of white America. I want everybody to understand that. I want everybody to be very clear. This oppression you fear coming from a group of people who are oppressing themselves, who are following another group of people who oppress themselves after being oppressed, they're not really on the racism wave, gang. They don't have the wherewithal to build a structure to oppress you within. So I agree wholeheartedly with my boy Stephen A.
Yo.
Does racism still exist? Of course.
Right.
Have prejudice been confused with racism for way too long? Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Not the same thing, guys.
Right.
And are we moving into a world where a large faction of people will have the ability to oppress another large faction of people through connecting with their community? We are not. We are more disconnected as communities than ever. As my boy, another way to put it, my boy said, everybody got their own shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
The white lady across the street is like, yo, fuck that bitch. To the other white lady across the street. They might be, yeah, hey girl, but it's really, yo, fuck that bitch. She got more than me. I want to have what she has. So I think that we're in a good position to move forward without fear of racial oppression, unless you're doing something to invite this upon yourself.
Yeah, no, well said, bro. It's when I saw this clip from Stephen A, I was like, damn, I know what the immediate response from the black community is gonna be to him saying this.
Coon?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying it sarcastically,
Of
but
course.
but
I don't know of a coon.
reading the comments is like people will take from that oh, you're saying racism doesn't exist, you're chucking and jiving, you're being political, you're being diplomatic.
Even though the first thing he said was racism does exist. Could go. Keep
Exactly.
going.
And so it's just what we've been emphasizing here on the platform is to really think critically, about what's being said as opposed to the logic of it versus the emotionality that you experience from what he's saying.
Exactly.
So I don't think that he discounted racism whatsoever. I think that yeah, he's being very smart and calculated in his responses as a journalist.
Yeah.
And if he is to run for office, he can't sit here as a black man or future black president, potential candidate, say that racism exists. If they were to ask Obama the same question, which I'm sure they did, if we could go back and look, he probably gave a very neutral, diplomatic response, which is, what Stephen A. didn't say here was
the
that.
response for people with Obama is, well, he had to he had to be in a certain, they wouldn't let him get away with anything, so he had to, nigga, you can't even answer the question. Next.
Yeah,
Excuse
so
Obama for anything.
So I do agree with Stephen A. And I think it's one of the things that we continue to highlight here is that, okay, racism exists. We know that to be a fact. However, I think you were gonna ask me today, hey, like, are you impacted by racism on a daily basis?
Oh, I wasn't gonna ask that because I know that.
Yeah.
I'm not asking anybody that
right.
anymore.
The reality is no. and so, are we racially impacted systemically through different systems in America? Still? Yeah.
I'll take it one step further. If I were to ask an average black individual, when is the last time you faced racism, like actual racism, I feel that their answer will fall in line if with the same sort of frequency as if I asked a white person, when is the last time you experienced persecution? Like, when is the last time when you were in a group and you were not allowed to live your truth, or you were cast aside for some sort of characteristic about yourself? When is the last time that occurred? And I guarantee that if I asked either one of the groups that they suggested oppressed them or persecuted them, yo, did y'all do that? The group would say, no, not really.
Yeah, so I mean,
Get out your head, gang.
Yeah, it's, and I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, stop being a victim, but
Why? Even if you are a victim, stop being one. If niggas are victimizing you, stop being victimized.
Yeah.
If America is victimizing you, run her out of America, gang. If it is America that is victimizing you, leave America. Just like a battered woman should leave her abuser's home, dip.
Yeah. So Stephen A. has kind of already got backlash for this people in the comments. Jamel Hill has posted that he is, I'll paraphrase him, pandering to a specific audience.
Yo, Jamel Hill, who are you pandering to? Who do you speak to besides people who deeply connect to the fact that you are black? Who follows Jamel Hill because she is a salient thinker?
I would say a number of people, right, based on her following.
Okay.
But it's being viewed as pandering to a specific audience, a segment of people that will be potential voters. Hey, I have to let them know that I'm not one of those blacks. I don't,
Yo, Jamel Hill.
Racism is a big deal, but hey, it's not that big of a deal. And if I get in office, if you vote for me, I'm not gonna be the black guy.
So what does Jamel Hill want niggas to say when they asked about racism? Yes, it is the number one problem, the number one plague of the black community that we face. Is that what a nigga gotta say? On a daily basis, I experience racism and I struggle to overcome it. What does she want niggas to say?
No, that's an appropriate question because I don't know what the expected response is to that question. Right?
The expected response is I hate America in every way. Everything I say needs to suggest that I'm not okay with anything that's going on.
Well, no, I think it's the thing.
That's where Jamel Hill lives.
I think the thing is, even with Obama, that Stephen A. he echoed those same sentiments, which is like, I'm not a person that's gonna specifically look at just one community. I'm a proud black man, but I'm also a proud American, and I would look at how to make things equitable and fair for. Well, he didn't use the word equitable, but I care about the well-being of all people.
You saying Obama said this, or?
I'm saying that Stephen A. said this.
Okay.
Which is what Obama said. I'm not just a president for black people. I'm a president for America.
And that's what the white president has to say, right?
Is
he pandering to black people?
Black people specifically, if you are, they want you to cape it. I guess they want you to highlight and prioritize black issues as the president of America, of the United States.
I want to take a step back because I don't want to put this on all black people. I want to put this on the loudest in the room. There are many black people that are very quiet.
I did make a blanket statement.
No, I'm not even talking about you because what it looks like is all black people feel like this very loud voice. It seems like that. At times, as a black person that doesn't celebrate every single idea that I'm supposed to have as a black man, I used to because it seemed like them other voices are so loud that I'm ashamed of experiencing some of the thoughts that I have. Like, yo, maybe they're wrong. I don't agree with that. There's a large sect of black people sitting in the back corner going, I just won't speak in front of the class, but I have the information. And I think it's interesting. We were talking about the Shade Room earlier. I saw this clip a week ago. I just pulled it up, but I know we got to go. The lady is actually the editor of the Shade Room, or the CEO, the owner, somebody. She is speaking on how she used to think of her audience as liberal. So early in the trajectory of the Shade Room, they were leaning on that side. After some years, she had the time, she had the money, she did the research, she did the analytics. She realized that her audience actually is pretty split down the middle. And so at that point, she started to showcase both sides of the arguments. I think as a black community, we discount the quiet black people, the people who speak less. I think as a nation, we forget that we didn't hear nobody saying, vote for Donald Trump, go Trump. And there were 20 million more votes for the guy. It's not always the loudest people in a room who are representative of the whole. And I think that a person like Jamel Hill, she may be extremely intelligent, but she paints herself into this corner by having to play a character, by not ever really showcasing, hey, there's nuance to the way I think. She's on a side and she stays on that side, and that side prioritizes a representation of victimhood, a representation of lacking, and a representation of confrontation to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have any sort of actual conversation with the other side, with your opposition. Otherwise, you are ingratiating yourself towards them as opposed to communicating.
It also paints the picture that the 77 million people that voted for him, majority of them voted for him, President Trump, because they're racist, and I don't find that to be true either.
That's not true.
I think it's like he said. It's real concerns that people have. The economy was one, the borders are another, which is what Stephen A. spoke about. It's really how can I have a better life for me and my family? Who's the best candidate that's likely to make that happen? And as all people, especially black people, that's the primary focus, how to make things better for you and your family, socially, economically, ethically, not really just saying, not looking for anybody to save you. Like, none of these niggas gonna save you.
Nobody's gonna save you, bro.
No black president, no Democratic president, Republican president.
Nigga, put it like this. Glorilla not gonna save Brorilla. Your family not gonna save you, gang.
Yo, no cap.
Keep it 1,000
Don't
with
save
yourself.
her. She don't want
She
to
don't
be
wanna be
saved.
saved.
Cole
Like-
said it best. Gotta run.
Yeah.
So it's been a pleasure to tap in with y'all yet again.
Go ahead, send the thing. Or no, that's yours. Send this one, and then we'll do the Vlad and the what's the name while it's sending.